If you're complaining about a 6.5 rate, and what if next year they're at back to 7%, even 8% like a few years ago? Hey, you waited, you missed an opportunity. Now you have to pay more. The common error saying, hey, rates gonna, the rates is too high right now. Okay, what if rates go down? Usually when rates go down, prices of homes go up. So you'll long run be paying more on interest, even with that lower rate. Keep that in mind. That's one of the mistakes of just waiting for the interest rate to lower. We don't know. They might not go lower, they might go higher. Hello, my name is Jose Plascencia, and welcome to Mortgage Ace Hacks, the podcast where you will learn about home loan financing, investing in real estate, and in general, just building wealth through real estate. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something common that everyone talks about or inquires about. And that's, should I wait for the interest rates to drop? Is right now a good time to buy? Or should I just, buy a home right now with the current interest rates? One of the common fears right now that's holding everyone back is just the interest rates are high. Hey, the interest rates are high in their point of view. They're too high, they're too high. But they're not really that high if you really think about it. Another thing too is you got to factor in the pro and the con of getting the home. Location. Are you close to a shopping mall? Are you close to several things that's going to make life easier? You got to factor all this in other than just the interest rate. Are you good with the payment? If yes, then go ahead. Let's get the house. Also, you got to factor in the fear of waiting, the cost of waiting. It could be more expensive, more costly waiting down the line. What if the interest rates go up? If you're complaining about a 6.5 rate, and what if next year they're at back to 7%, even 8% like a few years ago? Hey, you waited, you missed an opportunity. Now you have to pay more. So, and if you are understanding everything, but you want a better grasp, please go to episode 4, where we talk about the interest rate trends, the history, and what kind of makes up the current interest rate. That can give you a better understanding of the current market trends. We're going to talk about error number 1. Why is focusing strictly on interest rate is a common error? And the reason because of that is because rates change daily. Everything has an interest rate. That's how banks make their money. Your car has an interest. Your credit card has an interest. Even personal loans have interest on them. Everything has an interest. The market is built up on interest. Now, the common error saying, hey, rates gonna, the rates is too high right now. Okay, what if rates go down? Usually when rates go down, prices of homes go up. So you'll long run be paying more on interest, even with that lower rate. Keep that in mind. That's one of the mistakes of just waiting for the interest rate to lower. We don't know. They might not go lower. They might go higher. Another thing we're going to talk about is you could always refinance. Most of our loans do not have prepayment penalties. And if they do, it's usually 6 months or a year. You could always refinance should the rates go down. The beautiful thing about a refinance is you control the numbers. I'll quote you, and if the numbers make sense, we move forward. If it's not what you like, we do not have to do nothing. You're not going to lose the house as long as you keep making that monthly mortgage payment. And what if rates go up? You're going to be happy that you bought the home when you did, because you don't have the highest rate on the market no more. So always keep that in mind. You could always refinance. We're also going to factor in the inventory, supply and demand. How is that truly important? Just like the interest rates, everything blends in. Everything has a side effect. Everything has a pro and a con. Yeah, interest rates are high right now. Interest rates are high because there's hardly any houses right now. There's inventory, but not like we want it. Now, as inventory starts to come up, more houses are being built, more houses are being sold. There's going to be more demand. There's going to be less demand because we have a lot more inventory. Rates are going to naturally come lower. But that doesn't mean your payment's going to go down. Remember, if prices go up, so does the payment. And questions you should ask yourself: if you're ready, and when am I ready before the process? Well, one, is your credit score, at a decent amount or at a good standing? Remember, credit score simply determines your interest rate. When I say rates, the interest rate doesn't apply to everybody the same. Everyone has a different interest rate. I always said that each loan is like a fingerprint. Everyone's different. But is your credit score good standing enough that you'll get a decent loan, a decent deal? 2, are you making enough money to cover the mortgage payments and the bills? At the same time, you got to factor in DTI. We're not just going to make you house poor. We're going to make sure you have enough to pay your home and still have enough to live. And 3, do you have enough down payment? You put all this together, and if the answer is yes on all 3, then you are ready to go. Let's get you pre-approved. Just because you're pre-approved doesn't mean you have to buy a home. No, let you know. Let me do my job. Let you know where your position is to see if you're realistically ready to buy or not, and how to work with your lender to make sure you're in the best position to be able to afford a home loan. And that is pretty much, we assess your situation. I just said, we do not want to leave you house poor. I'm going to make sure that I set you up in a product that's built for your needs, and that you will be able to obtain sustainable home ownership. We don't just want to put you in a house and hope that you foreclose 6 months from now. No, our job is to put you in a sustainable home ownership. And thank you for watching today's episode. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, add your feedback. I love the comments so I could see exactly, what more content to bring. Also find me on Instagram, Mortgage Ace. Just spell it out, at Mortgage Ace. That's my Instagram. I load content all the time. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, however you want to do it. Thank you for watching.